cut to this. Jesse Pastore, Victor Kettleball. This is the same gym that we got the so lovable Shotzi Duran from. Incredible gym, incredible people there. They have a lot of hype behind this Jesse Pastore. Actually, his last time out, he was able to successfully land a rolling thunder kick. How about that? Yeah. Got the Venom fight kit, UFC style.
Again, gotta love the big heavyweights.
So, this is the conversation I heard yesterday. They were talking about, it was Mark Moses and Josh DePace, and this plan has already fallen apart. Mark Moses said, I'm going to win my fight, then Josh, you and I are going to fight, the winner gets Almaro.
That's not how that would happen at all.
I'm just repeating what I heard.
When they're super heavyweights.
No, but even if they weren't, you don't go 1-1 and then fight the champion. That's not how it works here, sorry.
Yeah, I'm just telling
This is not street beefs.
Yeah, here go the YouTube comments again, folks.
Those words that we do not say. Moses won't even say them words anymore. It's like the Village movie. Those we do not speak of.
He called them mud bums the other day. I thought that was hysterical. Back to the topic at hand here, Jesse Pastore about to enter the Cage Wars cage. This is a guy that, he was telling me the weight loss journey he went through. He was a very heavy guy, over 300 pounds, put the work in, developed the skills, and now here he is hoping to make a title-chasing run here.
And listen, I understand that at my heaviest I was like 330, so it's life-changing when you get that much weight off you. You move differently, you feel differently. Yeah.
You're that big?
Yeah, I got 330 at one point, yeah.
Oh, shit.
I'm sitting 260 right now.
That's a good 260.
And you're chiseled, so now you're Iron Will Berry. When you were over 300, were you Squishy Will Berry, or like what was that?
That was pre-Iron Will Berry.
Oh, okay.
Iron and Board Will Berry.
Yeah, that was like circa 2004.
I mean, I'm a little pear-shaped here, but I'm not doing too bad. Look like I'm in my first trimester.
Now, do we go into this fight saying Josh DePace needs a win?
I personally would.
You know, I mean, I think he needs he needs to have a great showing.
Yes.
Especially if he has aspirations to fight for a heavyweight title or fight those guys on that upper tier.
Right.
And this is a guy that, and you can't blame it on anything. He just hasn't been able to showcase his skills. Last time out, very frustrating, losing effort against Max Lombardo. He's pressed up against the
Max
fence.
Lombardo did a great job in that fight, though.
That was a Muay Thai plum clinic that me and Will, we're purest standpoint in awe of.
I had the warm fuzzies in my stomach watching that fight.
The way he utilized that clinch, because not everybody, you'll see maybe 59 fights and see that once usually.
Yeah. It's almost like a
because it's hard to control your opponent in the plum clinch, deliver strikes, and still defend takedowns.
Yes.
That's one of the biggest things. Like in Muay Thai, for example, yes, you can sweep, but you don't have to worry about being taken down on the ground and then having the dynamics of the fight change.
And he utilized it with the one arm a lot, too, which you don't see barely anybody. You got the strength that it takes to get your hand behind that, control that neck, and pop that elbow.
Pinch that elbow.
And you got to make sure that it's controlling every upper part of that dude's body. Josh is a big guy, and to be able to do that, not many people understand that.
Max was also like 6'8".
Yes.
So that helps.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I've trained with guys who were much bigger than me, and they had really terrible clinches.
Yes.
It's pure technique. That is something that you can't fake.
And Josh is not a small man.
No. Again, heavyweight division, it's 206 to 264.9 for the folks at home.
Yep.
We're going to bring it up to ring announcer Mike Falvo.
Ladies and gentlemen, we now move to the main card of Cage Wars 51. Our first fight on the main card of the evening is scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds. It is in our heavyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. He weighed in last night at 240 pounds. Representing Victor Mixed Martial Arts and Kettlebell. Out of Victor, New York, Jesse Pastore. And his opponent standing across the cage, fighting out of the red corner. He weighed in last night at 244.6 pounds. Representing 99-1 Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu out of Kingston, New York, Josh DePace.
Nell's back in the cage again.
And it is a welcome sight to see him back in there.
It is.
He looks in his environment, in his home there.
Yep.
Jesse, just for when you watch this back, man, I'm sorry. I can't remember if you told me it was pronounced Pastore or Pastore. I'm going with Pastore.
You should have listened to Mike when he was announcing it.
He said Pastore, but I could have swore Jesse told me it was Pastore.
That's all right.
I don't know. I just work here.
Josh got to be careful coming in with that left hand down like that.
As you see, just caught a couple strikes there.
He wants to bang.
But Pastore's got some quick hands, and he's got good footwork backing up while striking.
Ooh. Nice kick. Took him off his
And that was one thing we saw in Josh's last fight. He had a tough time checking kicks.
Yep.
We saw that foot kind of drag on the canvas there for a minute.
Josh DePace looking for the big right hand, but he's not setting it up with a jab.
He's just waddling in. That's not a good.
Well, especially with a guy who can back up and still throw strikes.
Yep.
And this is heavyweight, so really don't need one of those clean, tight combinations to put somebody out. It could be just one of those dog ugly punches.
Moving.
Ooh.
Nice uppercut, but nice straight right hand by Josh DePace. I think Josh knows where his bread is buttered, and it's with that right hand. But again, we got to set it up with that jab. And Pastore will take that leg out. See, look at the way he moves backwards and strikes. That's not common in a heavyweight in the amateur ranks.
And those, like I was saying, fighting behind an educated jab can work wonders.
But he's got that left hand dropping when he throws that jab.
I was talking about
nice
Pastore.
uppercut.
Got me too.
He's swiping right hand. He's got him.
Jay, you and I had the honor of sitting down with Josh DePace and the build up to this fight, man. We were talking about how he's just insane. You'll notice he smiles a lot during these fights.
Yeah. He's got to keep those hands up, though.
Kind of a labored leg kick there from DePace.
He's leaning in with that when he's throwing that right. Wait, see?
Pushing him up against the cage. And again,
nice
though, Josh doesn't have that guard up, and Pastore's catching him.
Yep.
Josh already looks tired, and Pastore looks like he can go all day. As somebody who loves to counter-strike and move, I'm very impressed with this young man.
It's hard to throw where you're
especially being a big man and doing it.
Shin to shin there.
That's my favorite.
Especially when you can't feel it and they can.
Yep. 10 seconds left.
Oh, no, we got clock said 45.
I'm just going off the timekeeper. He's got Josh DePace reacting. If you notice, he threw those hands up. Josh reacted.
Oh, DePace is cut.
He's cut above that left orbital.
Ooh, yeah.
That's a good cut, too.
Yep.
How dangerous do you think that cut is in terms of stopping the fight?
It's actually very dangerous because it's above the eye. Cuts on the bottom of the eye to the side of the eye are not an issue. But once it's above the eye on that eyebrow.
Blood into the eye.
And there's limited meat there, so it opens up very easily.
Yeah. Boss man.
Oh, nice spinning kick. Wow.
As I said, Jesse was able to land a rolling thunder kick in his last fight. So
I think it's over enough. He should be all right. Hopefully he's got a good cut man here.
Now, I mean, and if you look at the two corners right now, beyond just the blood, I mean, Josh DePace is definitely the more tired fighter.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're rinsing that cut out here. You can see they're spraying water in there, putting the towel on, maybe trying to force some clotting.
Like I said, it's a tough spot because there's not a lot of meat there. It's just skin above that orbital.
They're breaking out the Vaseline.
N-Swell Vaseline, you're going to have to gum the shit out of it.
Dr. Will Berry, could you tell us what the Vaseline does for that cut there for the casuals that might not know?
They're trying to stop and slow that bleeding. They're trying to almost plug it up like a plug in a tube. Yep. And it only lasts, it's transient. It doesn't last very long, but again, it's only 3-minute rounds.
Well, I was telling the story yesterday after weigh-ins. I was walking cage side here, and I've been hit with bloody globs of Vaseline here at Cage Wars. So, like you said, it does not stay on.
Yeah, because it's not an anticoagulant, and it'll end up it'll expel it out afterwards because the pressure behind it. But I mean, the Enso work was actually pretty good. He's not
like I said,
too bad.
You only got to get through 3 minutes and then do it again.
Yep.
But the thing
here
is
calling the doctor in by the looks of things.
But the thing is here, if you're a fighter and you see that, that's like a bull seeing red.
Right.
I'm going to hit that again and again and again. It's almost like a button. You want to keep touching that button.
Yeah.
Dr. Sheridan, no. Is he coming in the cage?
No,
I know he's on the stairs.
They wanted to clean up the. Oh, now they bring him in. Oh no.
What is going on here?
There was,
Well,
there was water all over the floor.
But no matter what's going on, it's to Josh DePace's favor because now he's getting some rest.
Yep.
A couple extra seconds to recover, but
That's more
also,
than a couple extra seconds.
It's also more time for Jesse Pastore. All right, stopping the fight here. Take a timeout.
It does look ugly, that cut.
Is that Vaseline or good cut
Is that his
hanging
skin? Yeah, I'm trying to figure that
No,
out.
they globbed Vaseline on there. Maybe, I don't know if the cameraman can zoom in on that. I don't know if he can hear me or not.
There we go.
Yeah, I think it's a glob of Vaseline.
Yeah, it was.
It's swelled up enough where it looks a little.
He's checking the orbital bone. He's just making sure nothing's broken.
And his mouse there going, swelling up. Looks like Dr. Sheridan maybe asking for another towel here.
Josh DePace very, very happy he's still in there. You know, you got to love seeing guys beat up like that, blood, just having a good time.
Well, that's what I said. We put up all these photos of him on the show after, like, of his fight with Max, and he's smiling in all of them. Like, you're a psychotic person, aren't you?
That's all right. I've seen worse.
Come on, Doc, let him go.
I know, the longer he sits here, the more else is going to swell.
Come on, Doc. You can do it.
Well, as long as Josh doesn't blow his nose here, I don't think we're in too much of danger, huh?
He just said, I can see.
And he can. It's really not that dangerous
at
this point.
All right, the doc is heading out, folks. Looks like we still got a fight on.
That's a doc you like.
Yes.
I've seen guys that are like.
No MMA Twitter riots from this event so far. The doctor lets him keep going.
And again, that benefits Josh in a big way.
But it
he
also
got a good 3 minutes of rest.
Sure did.
Other side of the coin, Jesse also got that. Not that he needed it as much as Josh, but he still got that time as well.
And if you notice, Josh is looking at that eye with that overhand right. You saw that?
Yep.
Josh is not going to be able to take too many more of those kicks. His leg is starting to buckle.
He's got to stop chasing him down, get a little bit.
He feels a sense of urgency, though.
Yep. Utilize the jab, back him up, and then throw the hand.
Ooh.
Josh doing a good job this round, pushing the pace, not really letting Pastore get that much distance.
Nope.
But again, he's got to keep that guard high.
He's just pushing that hand in instead of throwing the jab.
Nice right hand.
He's almost.
See, and again, you know, this is tiring, chasing somebody down.
Yep.
It really is.
Ooh.
Nice kick.
Loud slap. Now there's two different types of sounds that'll happen when the kick lands. One's a slap, the other's a thud. Which one hurts worse, Dr. Wilbury?
Oh, usually the thud.
Because that lands deep in the muscle, correct?
Oh, yeah. But again, that was across the belly, so it's always going to sound a little bit more of a slap than it would have thigh.
Now, Jay, you striking encyclopedia. What do you do if you're Jesse Pastore to maybe try to split that cut open a little bit more?
I would just keep coming in. Josh keeps coming into his range, and he's tagging him every time. That's all he needs to keep. Oh.
If you look, Jesse keeps throwing the overhand right over that low guard of Josh DePace with the left hand. That's what he's doing.
He's definitely got a low guard there.
Way too low.
Leg kicks affecting him right now.
That's what I was saying earlier. He's not going to be able to take too many. Change the stance up. You notice that?
Yep.
Now he's trying southpaw, which is not at all normal for him because he does not want to get kicked in that left leg.
Yep.
That is a bad sign with a minute left in the second round.
Still another.
It doesn't bear well in the second.
No. And Pastore knows he's biding his time. Very intelligent. Good fight IQ by Pastore.
And Josh is a little gasoline up against the cage over there. Keeps looking.
He just looked up at the clock there.
See, you can't do the horse trot coming in on somebody like that and now throw a punch.
No, because otherwise you're just a target that's moving.
He's doing a lot of trotting.
You know, Jesse has that right hand low. Josh had some success with that right hand, or with his left hand. No, it was his right hand, yeah. He switched the stances up, so it messed me up.
Maybe the corner will tell him to go back to that in between rounds.
The swelling's gone down a little bit already. Looked like it swelled up, and now it's gone.
So Pastore says, I'll kick the other leg. You know, put that one forward. A guy after my own heart. I love it.
I love that.
Great fight by these guys. They still got another full round. They're hugging like it's over.
The action in this heavyweight fight could have the potential to get hotter than a bottle of mule sauce here, folks.
Let me tell you what, I made some chicken wings the other day and I put some mule sauce in it. Holy shit, my mouth and butthole were on fire.
That's what I'm saying, dude. You melt your toilet, did you?
Man, it tasted good, but dang.
I might have 4 in my refrigerator.
Mule sauce available at mulesauce.com, I believe you can get that, right?
Yeah.
It tasted good. I had to put a little bit of butter with it, though, to offset it.
It's
in grocery stores
me and Will,
nationwide.
we're like that, right? I throw a little Parmesan cheese in there, too.
Well, that too, yeah,
Yep.
to thicken it up.
Yeah,
You're
exactly.
making my tum-tum hungry. Let's go back to the violence, gentlemen. If you are in Josh DePace's corner, Jay Ingelston,
There's
what are you
got to
telling
be a
me?
sense of urgency now. You're down 2 rounds. You got to come out either.
The doctor's back in there, too.
Yeah, he just checked it. I mean, if Josh can see and it's not bleeding into his eye, I don't see why he can't continue. If it was swelled shut, definitely the fight would be over.
Big Nell's trying to get everybody out of Josh DePace's corner.
Yeah, they just spilled ice all over the floor.
Oh, Ice Gate.
Ice skate.
Get Joe Rogan here to flip
What are
out.
they doing?
Josh over here giving us some
Yeah.
love at the commentary booth.
Definitely needs to come out and fix a little thing. Like, I want to say more sense of urgency, but throw a little bit more strikes and not trot in on. Get punched in the face, barely.
It's tough,
basically.
though, too, because I don't think he's got the reach that Pastore does, and he doesn't have the kicks either. So
Definitely don't have
he's
the kicks.
working against that dynamic with Pastore because the legs are just an extension of your body, and they're longer than your arms.
And Pastore definitely, I think, has impressed a lot of people.
I'm telling you, the way he moves backwards and strikes, it's impressive.
You would have never guessed he'd been as heavy as he was at one point in his life, the way he moves now.
Well, but put it in perspective. I mean, he's used to being X amount. Now he feels that much lighter.
Oh, yeah.
You can tell Josh just loves it.
You know, if I was Josh, I would look for that overhand left. You know, you can catch Jesse with his chin up sometimes.
Yep.
You can see the look on his face. It looks like those.
Oh.
There you go.
All right.
But you're going to have to finish it.
See, and again, Josh is in that southpaw stance, protecting that left leg.
Unfortunately for Josh DePace, he's got to go to work on Monday.
Yeah, he needs a finish in this round. Well, you know, when you bring that up, Ben, not many people realize, you know, these athletes have jobs, they have families,
Yeah, they're not
gotta
getting
go
paid
home.
for
they have
this.
school. You know, most of them can't just train to fight. So, you know, the heart and determination and discipline these young men and women have is just second to none. Pastore picking his shots right now, and he's doing a great job because he doesn't have to win. He's already winning.
He's kind of settled down in what he's going to throw.
That's what I mean. He doesn't feel like he's in any sort of
There's
emergent situation.
Low calf kick there.
And you saw the way that Josh stepped. He definitely planted down heavy on that foot that was getting kicked, or the leg that was getting kicked, excuse me.
The thing Josh is doing now is he's telegraphing everything that he's throwing. He's trotting in, extending, and then, see?
Well, and, you know, the jabs he's thrown, he's not really made Pastore respect the jab that he's thrown.
No, because he's kind of laying him in there.
And that's the biggest thing about the jab. You know, it's the most versatile strike in combat sports, but you have to make your opponent respect it.
Yep. My boxing coach used to say there's no defense for a double jab because the guy is always going to have to move one way or another.
You know, I will say Josh is doing a much better job this third round. I'm still giving the round to Pastore, but, you know, it looks like he's starting to put some things together, which is nice to see. You know, he's landing some of those right hands. Pastore's hands are getting lower. I mean, anything can happen in a fist fight.
Yeah, but we're seeing these big, deep breaths here from Josh DePace. Does he have what it takes to really put the mustard behind one of those fight-ending shots?
Well, you know, that's one of the benefits of being this big. Sometimes
Put a little weight
just
behind
the
it,
physics.
yeah. We saw that our last time out.
Josh
All
saying,
right.
get to the center of the cage. Final 30 seconds. Let's bring it. See, he's finding the home with that left hand. You know, he's just not doing enough of it and didn't start early enough in the fight.
All right, here we go. Maybe a
15.
slugfest on hand.
10.
Oh, my goodness.
We're going to end in a hug.
All right. You know what? I mean, if you're a judge, you might have scored that last round for Josh DePace.
You never know, man.
You know, I'm just thankful we have the USMCA with us tonight because there are some other certifying organizations that let them go to like 4 or 5 rounds when the crowd yells enough.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, anything's possible when you got a couple $100 in your pocket.
Doctor checking out Josh DePace in the corner. Let's see if we can get a replay or a look at that eye. You know, I mean, we're going to wait for the official decision, but the way that I saw it, I don't really see it going any other way but 29-28 for Pastore. What do you think?
I'm going to say the same thing.
I think DePace won that last round. I think he stole it.
Very impressed by Pastore. Very. For
Nice,
a big dude to be able to, I don't even know how to, they always call it the matrix move when you're moving backwards and being able to dodge and throw stuff at the same time.
Yes, and he did a nice job mixing his hands and his feet up. What I would like to see a little bit more out of Josh is keeping the hands up, working the stiff jab a little bit more, throwing the double jab, bringing the kick following. You know, but he's still no worse for the wear up there. He's shadow boxing up in the cage.
We could have a new threat.
I agree. You know what? And it's nice because he's got the shin guards off, so he's already in the advanced rules.
Yep.
You know, I mean, what's his record now?
Moves up to.
So it's 2-1. 2-1. Well, if he wins, sorry. I can't jump to conclusions.
Yeah.
But, you know, a lot of credit to Josh DePace. He's a warrior. He's a tough guy.
Yeah, definitely. And it's nice to see somebody in there just for the pure love of it.
We're going to bring it up to Mike Falvo for the final decision.
What's that? 8-7. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's have a round of applause for these two great fighters. And now we go to the judges' scorecard. Jonathan Bernard scores the fight 30-27. Rob Exisa scores the fight 29-28. And Chris Polinsky scores the fight 30-27. For your winner by unanimous decision, out of the blue corner, Jesse Pastore.